Now, everyone in the marketing agency space seems to be overly obsessed with scripts rather than the thinking behind it, thinking why it actually works. So in this video, what I'm going to be walking you through is a live creation of me creating campaigns. And I'm going to walk through that process and why I'm doing what I'm actually doing. If you don't already know who I am, my name's Shader Theory. I'm the co-founder of acquisitiongrowthpartner.com, and we help establish marketing agencies at an additional $60,000 to $120,000 a month within 6 to 12 months using our AI acquisition system. Now, the first thing I'll do is I'll identify the best case studies that the client or myself has. So let's say case study one, case study one, case study one, case study three, case study two. Say case study one, we help them add 200K a month in additional revenue in 10 months. So case study three, we help them add 60K a month within 6 months. And let's say case study three, we help them add 50K a month within 90 days. And then let's say the specific niche. The niche might have been short form content agency. The niche for this one might have been real estate marketing agency. And then this one might have been e-com marketing agency. And now we've got our three best case studies. So $200,000 a month in additional revenue in 10 months for e-com marketing, $60,000 a month in additional revenue in 6 months for real estate marketing agency, and then $50,000 a month within 90 days for a short form content agency. So I'd start with the best case study. So look at the best case study. Okay, there's an e-com marketing agency. So e-com marketing agency. So look at the outcomes. Okay, so the outcome was $200,000 a month in 10 months. But then let's say, where did they start? So maybe they were started at 50,000 K a month and added 200K a month. So then all it could be quadruple your revenue in 10 months. So those would be like the two outcomes that we'd reached out to. But now we actually need to segment the list. So e-com marketing agency, but what's the level deeper? Like, were they selling SEO? Were they selling Google Ads? Were they selling TikTok ads? So now look at that. Okay, e-com marketing agency, figure out what one they were. So let's say they were Google Ads. Google Ads was the one they were. Well, now I'm going to go and build my list. So build my list and look for Google Ads agencies similar to this one. So they were at 50K a month. So then I would build a list that has like 5 to 20 employees. 5 to 20 employees. Founder, CEO, CMO, owner. So those would be the job titles that I scrape for. And then I'll just look for people that it's actually similar to that case study. And then from once I actually scrape that list, I'd ask myself these questions. What do they want? What don't they want? What are they afraid of? What are they afraid of? Why haven't they done it themselves? So what do they want? Work with high-paying clients. What else do they want? Work with less clients to pay more. High profit margins. Team of A+ killers. What do they not want? Nightmare clients. Low paying clients. Clients who have no boundaries. Clients who, that's, what else? What do they don't want? What are they afraid of? Failure. Why haven't they done it themselves? Maybe they don't have the blueprint. Don't have the blueprint. Don't have the resources that are required. So that would be like my framework that I actually do. So I look at the best case studies, look at the outcomes on how I could actually frame those outcomes, and I'd ask the client, or depending on if it was me or the client, I'd figure out what the guarantee is as well. So the guarantee might be your claim. This is just the best thing that's pulled from the case study, but this is not your guarantee. So this might have been something that you've done for someone else, but that's not your guarantee. Like, this is just what you're going to help them work towards, and you can duplicate the blueprint, which allowed you to do it for client A to client B. But the guarantee might be like 2x ROI guaranteed on investment, or we work for free. So if they pay you $100,000, you try to make them back $200,000 at the bare minimum. The job of the guarantee, you're obviously going to try aim to do much more, try getting like a 4x, 5x, 7x ROI, but this is just to de-risk the situation. So at the very least, they're going to walk away with double the money that they paid you, which isn't the ideal outcome, but at the very worst, in the very worst circumstance, that's still a good outcome if that's the least amount that they're going to walk away with. But obviously, you're going to do everything within your power to do as much as you can to actually help them do that. Now that you have what they want, what they don't want, what are they afraid of, and like why they haven't done it themselves, now what you can do is you each have a new angle to reach out to these prospects with. So now you go angle one. Angle one, subject line, and the subject line might be like helping company add 200K a month within 10 months. That'd be the subject line. And then the copy would be, hey name, or go below. Hey name. Not sure if you're struggling with clients who aren't paying you what you're worth, but thought I'd reach out. So instead of just the generic, hey, hope you're doing well, or hey, I came across your website, something along the lines of that, you're getting straight into the pain point. And depending on if you've done your segmentation correctly and that you've actually found out the real answers to these, it'll resonate a lot more than what it typically would, because you're starting off with the pain point and then you position what you do as a solution. So, hey name, not sure if you're struggling with clients who aren't paying you what you're worth, but figured I'd reach out. My name is Shay, the co-founder of Acquisition Growth Partner, and we help established Google Ads e-com agencies based in the US add an additional 200K a month within 10 months whilst working with less clients who pay you more. Just recently, so what I want to do is I'm just going to write this out and then I'm going to break down each part and why I did what I did. Just recently, we helped Craig from X company go from 50K a month to 250K a month within 10 months using our AI acquisition system, which allowed them to hire a team, allowed them to hire an A team, which allowed them to hire an A team. I think we could do something similar for you. Should I send over some more info? So let's walk through this. Angle 1, helping company add 200K a month within 10 months. Everyone's doing the quick question, question for name, all those types of subject headlines. But the thing is, just like anything, when everyone's doing the exact same thing, it's going to be a lot less useful and a lot less effective. Like, you might get a good open rate with quick question, but in my opinion, it sort of comes across as quick question because you're asking like you have a quick question for them, but really you're trying to pitch your services, so it's sort of incongruent. So I'm also like just like the direct one. I'm also talking about this because at least if they actually go ahead and open it, you know that there's some intention behind it instead of them thinking that you have a question for them about their product or something along the lines. So hey name, not sure if you're struggling with clients who aren't paying you what you're worth, but thought I'd reach out. So that's here. So this would just be like you insert pain point here, but thought I'd reach out because if they are currently experiencing this, then more than likely they're going to respond back to your email because it feels like it's specifically for them. My name is Shay, the co-founder of Acquisition Growth Partner. You don't have to do this part. This is just something that I would do specifically. You could just go straight into We Help, but that is just like me quickly introing myself. We help establish Google Ads e-com agencies based in the US. And can you see how much more specific this is? Established Google Ads e-com agencies based in the US. So it's like four levels of niche. Instead of just saying we help e-com agencies, it's e-com, Google, and also they're established, so they're making money because you want to work with people who have money, not people who are brokies. And the last one is that they're based in the US, so it's not just like worldwide. So if you put this type of message in front of someone and you've segmented your list correctly, it's going to feel like it's specifically for them instead of just some broad message that you're broadcasting out to everyone in the world. It might only be for a couple hundred people, but if you've hit the pain points on the head and you've got your targeting right, it's going to resonate a lot more. And even though there's going to be less leads in that specific campaign, your positive reply rate will be through the roof compared to something that you're sending to a list of like 10,000 that's quite general and broad and not really touching on any pain points. It will help you do this. We help niche, add an additional outcome within time frame whilst working with less clients. So whilst giving them what they want, because they want to work with less clients, which is something that I pulled from up here, whilst working with less clients who pay more. And then just recently we helped Craig, so inserting the case study. But the thing that's important about the case study is that you insert where they were when they started or where they were after that you've actually worked with them, and the time frame you did that within using your unique mechanism. So unique mechanism, and then the benefit that they got from your service. So instead of just like doing this, which is still good, this makes it even better because once you did this, this is also what they got. So like once we got them to this point, it allowed them to hire an A team. I think we could do something similar for you. Should I send over some more info? I'm a massive fan of the soft call to actions instead of just reaching out to someone being like, does this time or this time work? Like an option close. I think that's sort of high pressure stuff. I mean, I could be wrong, like it might be working well for some of you that are watching this, but I always prefer just the soft call to action, making it easy for them to respond, removing a lot of the friction on their part. And then once you get a positive response, should I send over some more info? So what would you send over? What would you send over after this? So after they respond, what would you actually go ahead and send over? You could send over case study, interview. You could send over a mini pitch, or you could just send over some times to speak. Doesn't have to be overcomplicated. But once someone positively responds, then you just follow up with them. I like to follow up with people who positively respond 8 times without any response. If they don't respond by then, we sort of just put them into a not interested list. But that would be the thinking through how I do this. Now, as you saw, like I only pulled this angle here, depending on how big your list is. So if you do have a massive list, what you can do is you can craft multiple angles. So per angle, you want to have 250 leads per angle. But if you've scraped the list and you've done it properly, and there's like a list of, let's say 5,000 people, where you can do like 5 angles at once, but also you're limited by the amount of domains that you have. So you can have a minimum of 250 leads per campaign, but the more the better. You probably want to be closer to the 400, but you know, you're not always going to have ideal circumstances all the time. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead and leave a comment below letting me know your thoughts. But if you run an established marketing agency that's doing at least $20,000 a month and you have at least 3 good case studies and you potentially want to add an additional $60,000 to $120,000 a month over the next 6 to 12 months, click on the first link that's in the description. Now, as always, you're not required to go ahead and opt into anything. The main thing is that you just watch these videos, get tons of value, and actually get some results from the content that I do put out. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll see you later.